following message is being transmitted at the request of the Boundless PodTrap movie review and the guys of the BPT. What you are about to hear contains spoilers to movies. If you don't want to hear these spoilers, please disengage your listening device at this time. If you can't handle those with a possible differing view on a movie, you may also want to disengage your listening device at this time. Stay tuned for a movie review that only the guys at the Boundless PodTrap can give you.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boundless PodTrap number 34. Man, we're getting old.
Jeez, it doesn't even feel that long.
It doesn't feel that old. I have a throat full of pizza. I'm trying to get it out, but...
It's better than a throat full of semen, I guess.
Hey,
These are
it's not even
true.
Tuesday.
It's true.
It's true. Man, this one was a fun one.
Was it?
I liked it.
I didn't hate it. I don't. Well, I mean, the listeners know what we're watching because they clicked on the picture.
Right,
but
right.
We haven't introduced it.
I haven't introduced it yet. I'll introduce you guys first, because I'm not like Jeremy. I don't.
Let me drop this
I don't
out
go
first.
straight in.
Let me drop that. There we go. Drop that music out.
I do.
Well, he doesn't have much
I do a little
stamina, so he's
I do a
gotta
little
go.
foreplay first for everybody. Welcome to the Boundless PodTrap. My name is Lonnie. With me this evening is creative character Justin Milani. I really need to come up with something new, but
It's fitting.
it's very fitting.
You're not the only person or peoples who say that.
Yeah. And to my right, handsome, the martial artist himself, John Marshall.
Hey, ladies.
Ooh,
He's more.
I just have chubbed.
And
the
Eli
defense.
and Brian.
Oh no.
Especially Eli.
Yeah.
We don't shout out Eli nearly enough.
No.
Brian.
But I did show Justin your video you sent me. So.
It was amazing. I did like it.
It was
It's very fitting.
it was great. Well,
Moi moi. Thanks for the moi moi.
since we got that out of the way, tonight we are covering 2013's Willow Creek. Written,
Oh, sorry. I thought I watched Dawson's Creek. Did
yeah.
I watch the wrong thing?
yeah, probably.
Probably. But
Written and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait.
no way. We're all gonna do our movie review in the voice of Bobcat. I'm not.
Oh.
I listened back to my impressions and they're bad. I think that's why they're
at
so
least
funny.
we
But
didn't
You
have
talking
to
about
tell
like
you.
your whoopee slash
that Whoopi Danny Glover conversation was priceless.
That was, yeah, that reminded me a lot of Predator 2.
Oh my god.
That reminded me a lot of Sister Act.
I don't have any Predator 2. No, kind of. I think I do. Yeah, that one. That one I got. Two.
For those
Yowcha. Anyway,
another visual.
Jim and his girlfriend Kelly are visiting the infamous Willow Creek, the alleged home of the original Bigfoot legend. For the film, the Patterson and Gimlet film, those of you who do not know, it's the famous Bigfoot film where it shows him walking and swinging his arms.
In a giant.
The tales of the huge ape-like creature that roams the forest of North America, where it was shot in 1967. The legendary beast was captured on film and terrified and mystified generations since. There's a whole bunch of other things. This is the one time IMDb decided to write a fucking journal about the intro to this movie, but they kind of ruined the movie with this synopsis. So we're just going to skip it and talk about the movie.
What do you mean they butchered it?
And they didn't butcher it. They just go line for line what the movie's about.
Oh, well, I mean,
And that's what we're going to do. So,
oh,
I've
but-
had orgasms last longer than the synopsis of this movie.
right.
I think he's right about that.
So, before we get into it, Justin, let's pull up and watch the Patterson Gimlet film so we can get in the mood.
I
don't know
thought
if
so.
this is the
Watching
actual
this,
one.
I was like, "Is it the footage you're thinking of?" And then you look it up, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, it's exactly the
yeah.
footage you're thinking."
one where he just
of.
like struts about.
Right. Where he's like, looks over
Where
the
it looks-
shoulder and gives you the,
Are you watching Predator 2? What are you watching?
looks over his shoulder, gives you that, check out my butt.
Hey, hey, hey.
I like how under the release details it says 2014, but that's United Kingdom. Like, why would you start with that?
What the hell?
3 releases in the United States. What is happening?
It's the film.
The
film reel. We just get to hear this. Justin's the one only watching it.
I mean, I watched.
We get to hear the audio. Oh my God! It's Bigfoot. Supposedly, that's a female Bigfoot if you look at the tits well enough.
Yeah, and that footage, I rate those tits a 3. So
it's way far into it. It's just like some people on a.
Which footage did you find? There's like a 15-second one.
This one's the 3-minute one.
Yeah, that's unnecessary.
And then it gets in. Let me scrub up.
That's just Patterson touching himself.
It's 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Nope, that's not it. I don't even know if this is the right. There's no description. I think this is all just the noise of the film going.
Okay, well, let's go around the horn here and talk about this movie rather than that terrible chopper. John, while he's doing that, what do you think of this movie?
So, the characters in this movie, they start out excited, and then they have a little bit of fun, and then it seems like they regret their decisions. And that's exactly how I feel about this movie. I feel, I was excited. I literally genuinely was excited to watch this. And there were some funny parts where I thought maybe this was going to be like a satire on a Blair Witch kind of thing. And I feel like some parts are. But once they get that tent set up, it's literally somebody filming for 19 minutes and testing their soundboard. It sounded like to me like that was, I don't know. I felt it was a little lazy and not very creative. I feel like they could have done a lot better, but there were some good parts. The main actors were good when they were supposed to be good. Some of the side characters I do enjoy, like that dude in the shop that's telling them like where to go and stuff. He's like
that creepy guy.
Yeah, that creepy ass fucker. And then the guy who was talking about his dog getting ripped up and stuff. Like I like the side characters a lot. I miss
my dog.
And I like when they interviewed that lady. She's like, I don't believe it all. Like I don't give a shit. Like basically, but. So it's not the worst movie ever made, but it's not something I'll probably ever watch again. So I gave it a 4.
Justin, how about y'all?
I do second a lot of that stuff. Okay, so when I
keep in mind, this is the guy who gave Willy's Wonderland a 9.5.
It was amazing. It was amazing,
Continue.
Except for the one thing. But no, all right. So I knew of this movie. I've never actually watched it. I have ingested a lot of the forums stuff or other people's takes of it. And so again, this is a very similar review of other things that I guess I've certain other reviews too. It's like other reviews have colored my image of this movie where I thought it was a lot better than what it actually was. I wasn't expecting much, but I think even if they changed certain things, I don't think it would work as well as it did with this movie. It's not the best thing and it's not the worst thing. And I don't think I would also watch it again. That's pretty much your exact review. But that's what I was going to say. I mean, like, it's very simple. Yes. There's not a lot. It tries to hit at least like 3 points. And then, it just lets the actors play in a little bit. Their chemistry,
that whole proposal scene was unnecessary. Yes, it works in many ways and it doesn't work in many ways. So it is kind of hit or miss. There's certain things about it where it's like, well, why the fuck? Like, it's like, I don't care. I'll go with you. I'm not going there. And, know, but it's like, I can't tell exactly where they are. Again, I think they just met that day, wasn't it? When they filmed? Huh. I thought there was an interview or something that I heard.
Oh, them professionally. Yes. I thought you meant the characters themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The characters themselves are supposed to be they would have been engaged on this trip, but they didn't get that far.
I mean, this movie was shot in 5 days, so it's like...
It's not the worst movie. It's not the best movie. I would probably not watch it again. I do like a lot of the people's takes on it. Goldthwait did pretty decent job for something like this because... or Goldthwait, God damn it. Goldthwait, yeah.
Goldthwait.
The other one.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah. Because it's trying to imitate like what the recipe of found footage and like Blair Witch really set the pace for that. They can't derive too much from that. They can't stray too much from that formula because that really worked. And if they tried to, I think it would have been really, really try hard. This one isn't really try hard.
This review is longer than the actual movie.
5.5.
5.5. All right. Got there. Okay. So,
I like where you put Donatello.
yeah. Hanging out. So for me, there's things I love about this movie and things I do not love about this movie. I love found footage when it comes to a genre. I'm one of those weird freaks who love
See, and that's
found
part
footage.
of why I gave it such like they're not my thing. I really enjoyed the Paranormal Activity, especially the first
one of my
one.
favorite.
Which one?
VHS.
Yeah,
VHS 1 and some of VHS 2 were fucking fantastic. But I am a big fan. I love found footage movies. They can either be done really right or really wrong. And this one did a lot of things right. I think the characters played people really well. And that might not make sense, but if you've watched enough found footage movies, you can kind of understand that. They don't have chemistry together, but they played people well. They didn't seem like they were acting. They just played people. All the characters. Maybe with exception of the dude in the gift shop. I think he might have been overacting a touch.
I don't know. I think that's actually how that guy is.
I mean,
He actually reminds me of my old roommate, Savell. This
He
guy
was
Did you wake
amazing.
up with him standing above you all the
Actually,
time?
kind of. Like he had the separated eyes, and it was like, because I mean, he was just drunk all the time. You know, we get off work. It was in the military. We get off work at like what 5 o'clock or so. He's drunk by 5:01. It's like he's starting shooters before he clocks out. I'm like,
dude's
oh my
fantastic.
God.
I would love to sit down and do a one-on-one interview with that guy like they did. I think the movie was very simple, but I think for found footage movies, when you try to go too hard, it's bad. Like you need
agreed.
a simple plot, a simple premise. The one thing I actually love the most about this movie is one of the things I hate the most about this movie is the single camera shot acting of them in the tent. It was so minimal. It was so basic where it was just them acting. They were acting fine, but their chemistry together, I didn't really care much for.
Agreed.
Like, I think in that situation, if they would have had better chemistry together, that could have been an amazing scene.
I don't
Like,
think
it was
her
very,
screams were real enough.
it was very tense and it was very
I had to
building.
wear headphones during that scene because
Right.
I was hooked up to my Xbox, so I just threw my headset on because I wanted to hear all the things that they were actually, you know, 'cause
Right. Immersive.
I was sitting, yeah. I just wanted to be immersive into it.
so
Try
it,
and feel what they were feeling.
right. And then like
They could have done some good sound design or something like that, so you can hear things on. You know, that would be. I like stuff like that.
Right.
In a movie, you know, standard whatever. You're not really gonna get that, but
right. But that's one of the things that was the charm about this movie. It's like we don't know what Bigfoot sounds like. We don't know what it's like. So why would we make up a bunch of shit? Just make it simple as possible. We just
Apparently a tornado siren.
we know he walks around. We know he throws rocks, shit like that. So they didn't overdo it.
clanks logs.
There wasn't like we're not watching like Bigfoot Valley where it's Bigfoot's out pumping iron and comes out with his abs and
Now
his
you're going too far.
47-inch cock and his.
This is going too far.
But anyway,
I do have a contention with this. I'll discuss later with the movie.
anyway,
so.
I like this movie. I'll give it a 7.
Which give us a BPT rating of 5.5. Minus Jeremy. Who do you think Jeremy would?
I bet Jeremy would give
Yeah,
it a 10.
Jeremy's not here.
Yeah, we should have mentioned that. Yeah, Jeremy, it's getting to the spooky season, so Jeremy is absent.
Jeremy didn't like it so much he didn't watch it.
Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah,
So-
he
Did he
couldn't.
not?
I don't think he did. I don't
He
know.
couldn't give his
He's
opinion.
been a busy girl, man. He's, you know,
He's got like 17 jobs now,
yeah,
and only like 16 of them are hand.
doing house calls.
I like Goldthwait's comment. He's not a huge fan of found footage films. He's like, who found this footage? You know what I mean? Like, and made a movie. Like, I'm sorry your family got raped to death, but I think if I recut it, there's a tremendous picture here.
Oh, Bobby. This is a trope that I love with a lot of movies because, I mean, that's usually where I can try to pick symbology from. Is like when a movie wraps itself around where it starts, where it ends. So, I mean, that's what the first shot you get is pretty much the last
Yeah,
shot.
the cold open was nice.
Yeah.
I that's one of the I love about movies that do that have that cold open. Like I think one of the best cold opens is a Cabin in the Woods cold open, where they're just talking and then just the title screen. I love a good.
Well, before
solid
that, I
cold
mean, like it
open.
has you see the twigs and vines
Right.
or whatever, you know, in the pitch dark. It's just really close to some shrubbery and all
Right.
that.
I
But it's
also
like-
laugh thinking about like So at the end where it gets dragged away or whatever, like I wonder if somebody's just bent over and like running backwards with the camera.
A rope tied around his waist and the camera just takes off.
Some football guy doing drills. And stuff.
I mean, Bobcat did do all of the Yeti noises.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was responsible.
You couldn't tell.
Attention! I need beer up here! Now! What are you, a nut? I'm a vegetarian.
There was one part
Needs to
in
be
the
recut with.
there was one part in the
Snyder cut.
18-minute fucking scene in the tent where it was like, oh, and I was like, oh,
Somebody's in trouble.
Oklahoma, where the wind blows sweeping down the plains.
So it starts off a very low budget. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. I came into my approach was this is a really good found footage movie. It was always hyped up because of what Bobcat has done with this. It's pretty much on par with Blair Witch.
And it's Bigfoot. I mean,
You
people
don't
are
get a lot
interested
of
in Bigfoot.
You don't get a lot of cryptid found footage movies.
Right.
Like you don't get a lot of alien movies. You don't get a lot of Bigfoot movies, Mothman movies, stuff like that. Like,
Mothman. Forgot about that.
yeah, Mothman's something that doesn't get touched on much. But, so for the fact that it was a decent, quote unquote, decent found footage movie about the Bigfoot was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeti.
But yeah, it starts off
ape.
the kindling, and then it kind of shows your main characters undoing the cap lens, the lens cap of the camera, shining up in his face inside the car.
He shouldn't have had the camera on. Like getting dust on an exposed lens like that.
Oh,
It's fucking.
But they went up to National Forest River Access Bluff
Fucking
Creek,
nerds.
aka the Bigfoot Big Way. It's a couple. They seem to be fiddling with equipment. The girlfriend isn't as douchey as she thought she was, hence why she didn't get a commercial.
For douches.
Yeah.
It's the cradle of life, the center of civilization. Men have fought for it, even died for it.
What is that?
One might say it's the most powerful thing on earth. So come on, ladies, show it a little love. Cleansing washing cloths from summer's eve. Hail to the bee.
That's great. What is that from?
It's the douche commercial I didn't get.
You didn't get that?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm surprised. That was really good.
Thanks, babe.
You could have been the next douchiest spokesperson in the world.
You're really funny, you know that?
Thank you.
You think my vagina's dirty? Is that what you're saying?
That's one of my first comments. Dirty vag.
Dirty Vag.
Dirty Vag.
Do you
That's
remember
what he's
that
saying.
commercial, Refresh?
Yeah.
It's like refresh. After douching, refresh.
When they-
After intercourse.
After your period, refresh. After intercourse, refresh. After bathing, refresh. Or when you feel the symptoms, refresh. So stop feminine odor, itching, and irritation.
When
I'll
they
play it.
stop to do that intro for him, they do like the 3 takes or whatever.
Yeah.
Does anybody notice in the second one he totally fucks up the date?
Yes.
He said 1996 or something like that.
It says 67, but it was 96.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow
Well,
the
no.
1967 Patterson-Gimlin footage, but he said it's supposed to be
That one
96.
is 67, but then he says 96, and then he
96.
goes back to 67 again on the
Yes.
third take. But you can kind of go that off of
Extrapolate.
makes
He's nervous.
Yeah,
It
and
makes it more human.
real. Yeah, exactly. I just didn't know if anybody noticed that.
Yeah.
So there's Jim and Kelly.
was
These
like,
are the
wait, what?
characters here. There's supposed to be a couple. One of them lives in, New York, and the other one wants to move to L.A.
Yeah.
And,
She's an actress.
yeah, or at least a wannabe.
She's Joey Tribbiani,
for the most
doing
part.
local plays and commercials and
What Pablo's not telling you. Then he,
family
yeah.
thinks I have VD.
So he takes like a little picture or a recording right by the bluff sign. You can kind of see the buckshot that was shot into the sign. Jim points that out. They're doubting the belief in the paranormal, such as Bigfoot.
He's a
Very
believer,
skeptical.
she's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
right.
extremely skeptical, and this is something that he's been into since he was 8 years old. So this is kind of like a wet dream of him.
Right.
Kelly, she's primarily there to try to support his, what do you want to say? Desire.
His passion
Yeah,
project.
passion. Yeah, that's more of a good word. Despite the calling or vacation to find something in this belief, like she's just like out of it. She's just there for him. She's a good girlfriend in that aspect.
Right.
And I don't think that she feels that she gets the same support back. Hence why he kind of made a comment about like, I would never move out to LA. Like he used to live there once. And
He never lived there. He just said he visited there.
Oh.
But it's all right. You didn't pay much attention. I get it. And Kelly, the Alexie Gilmore and Jim Bryce Johnson, they're basically just television actors,
Right.
who came onto this. They did a little bit of film after this was out, trying to extend their 15 minutes. But
I guess they still run with this one. They still showcase this and together.
right, yeah, they still con it now and then. But for the most part, after this, they just went back to television. Like Kelly's last things have been like Magnum PI and Tacoma FD and The Adventures of Dolly and Spanky. And
She did some.
for Bryce, he was just in Oppenheimer. That's pretty cool. No, but Magnum PI, Wasteland, Manhunter, stuff like that. Expedition Bigfoot he was in.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
During their road trip, they stop into the town, interview some locals, check out some of the attractions. Yeah, Willow Creek. That's home of the Bigfoot
Willow
burger.
Creek. Not the Bigfoot hot dog.
No. Which, I have a question. Would you rather, if you were going down to Willow Creek, would you rather stop off at Bigfoot Burger or Fuck Off Cafe?
Yeah, I have a question. What kind of pie do they serve at Fuck Off Cafe? That was my question.
I don't know, but it better be
I think
good.
I want the pie.
Get yourself a nice piece of pie at Fuck Off Cafe.
That's a reference. So when they're trying to take a shortcut into the woods, and some guy there, and he's disgruntled as fuck.
He is Bigfoot, guardian.
Yeah, he rolls up on them like he's in the middle of the woods by himself, just off the beaten path, like a little road. And Jim, he's very confident in himself, saying he knows the way, he knows how to get there, but this is the first time he's ever going there. So it's how do you know? And he's trying to pride himself as I told you I knew a shortcut. And so once they stop, the dude has a conversation. He was you can go back the way you came, your typical hillbilly type of thing.
Go back where you came from. Keep going.
I try to ask nicely.
T-shirt.
Go back and get a pie from Fuck Off Cafe. Or
Credited as Angry Man on Road.
Here's a clip.
I think what you want to do is you want to turn this around and go back the way you came and just keep driving until you get back to town.
Actually, man, I was told to come this way. We've been traveling all day.
Could you turn that camera off, please?
Oh, sorry.
So I think we're just going to move on down, man. Thank you.
I've already tried being nice. Now I'm telling you, turn this thing around, drive back the way you came, keep going until you hit town. Maybe you can get there and get yourself a couple of T-shirts and maybe have a nice slice of pie at the Fuck Off Cafe.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, we got
Why
it.
don't you get the fuck out of here? Turn that fucking thing off.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go, Jim. Come on.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
But they end up going to. I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I know. We know.
We get it.
Duh. Which I probably already played it. So, yeah. Anyways. When they're at one of the diners, the Bigfoot Cafe, Bigfoot Burger, they see a poster of this chick named Mary Ann Duende. And it says, that girl seems pretty happy to be missing. That's another thing that I don't understand is when you're looking for somebody missing, they would be frightened as shit. You're not going to recognize them from a made up, a glamour shot or anything. Although, this one's a glamour shot. And if you notice in the little description, she has another name. It says Gina in there. Mary Ann Duende.
Mary Ann Duende.
The missing girl.
Gina.
It says Gina.
Gina.
It's Gina.
Gina.
So April 17th, 2012 is supposed to be when that was, but came out in
2013.
Okay. For some reason I was looking at
this was filmed in 5 days.
Oh, no, you showed me. You were saying 2007 for another movie. Never mind. That date stuck in my head and it fucked up the entire
2007?
podcast.
We weren't even talking about 2007.
Yeah, we were.
Well, you thought it was 2007, but it's 2005.
Yeah, but we were talking about another movie.
Which we'll bring up later.
Okay.
Police were called?
So
On the set?
there are people who are saying be on the lookout for bears, mountain lions, rattlesnakes, but it's safe.
What do you say? What?
It's if there's bears, rattlesnakes, and mountain lions and stuff, which currently we have mountain lions in our city here in Omaha,
We do.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been right off
And
of
bears, too, if you go to the Max or Flicks.
This is true. They like to be called tops.
No.
Some bears are bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom bear? That's a
Power bottoms.
Yeah, take this dick. Take this dick.
Well, some of those sounds actually were in the movie.
You got to really turn up the volume here in the background.
No.
Take this dick. Take this
realistic.
Like, who is that?
So I mean, like,
Is that Bobcat?
in this,
From Shakes the Clown, they just worked it straight in.
There was a Bobcat outside the tent, though.
what was she like? The info chick, Nita. She was the one who was
The
kind of
little
saying
old
like
lady.
there is bears, rattlesnakes, and stuff. If there was a bear, a rattlesnake, or mountain lion in the studio, would you call it safe?
Yes. I love animals.
Yes, because
would
I
hug
wouldn't.
it.
I wouldn't be in it.
Like in its infancy, maybe?
No,
But
I want to
no.
hug it.
like
Fuck
full grown bear.
I'm like Buddy the Elephant to a raccoon. Which, by the way, raccoons cost $4,000.
really?
Yeah.
I
movie.
can,
They
climb
gotta
on my-
rescue one.
They take shits on my roof.
I know. That's why I would have stole one from a neighbor.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I
It's like,
probably
you
would
can't
have
get down.
gave you rabies, but
So, in order of importance, so it'd go fuck snakes, mountain lion. I would probably pet. They're cute.
if
we had
have
a-
they found that?
If we had a bear in here, that would be fucking sweet.
You look like a bear.
I am a bear.
I feel
You
like
look
a bear.
too.
We could put him on the couch over by John and like give him like a National Geographic and like a gambler's hat. You know, those clear visor hats.
I just watched Ted with my daughters.
That'd be fucking sweet.
Dude, I literally just watched that this week too. Sorry, I was sending a tweet.
So Bigfoot casted feet from the 1958. There was a guy named Ray Wallace who actually popularized this story. So supposedly he found feet that was on his compound or area, and he took pictures
Yeah,
of
the
it.
road they were building. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it might be easily like how long were the footprints there? You know, they could have been brushed over. After water setting in it, it could possibly expand the feet to make it look even bigger than what it actually is. I mean, there's other things to this. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you think that's
Well,
an
that's.
actual thing?
I was actually going to bring that up here shortly. Like,
I already did.
thank you.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
You're
like,
welcome.
Bigfoot as a thing, I don't think Bigfoot is a cryptid as in a creature. I think when people see Bigfoot, there's a logical explanation to it. But I think the idea of Bigfoot is like realistic. He could be something else.
Yeah. Kind of how like we are, like Bigfoot is memories like us.
Yeah. Like there could be some giant motherfucker scared of people out there who's 8 foot living in the woods and got real hairy.
Or the idea of like evolution where, you know, apes are pretty much distant cousins of who we are.
Well, and
Same structure. And
who's to say too that the veil hasn't opened and they don't have free reign to come in and out of that? That's why no bodies have ever been found. That's why no evidence is ever there. They come and go as they choose.
they look like they're hungry motherfuckers though.
Well, they come here to jerk off in our trees and eat our goats and leave.
You don't eat it, do you?
The goats?
They jerk off.
I eat the jerk off?
Yeah. Do you make your own jerk off?
I don't eat my
Beef jerk off?
I don't eat my own jerk off. No.
Okay.
Because I know what I eat.
Oh, okay.
I feel I used to believe in Bigfoot a lot. I feel that that Patterson Gimlin video came out about the same time they were filming Planet of the Apes, and
Ooh.
so I kind of think that
Racist.
there was an extra
Jesus. Damn dirty
who
ape.
went to fuck with somebody. I kind of think that's
I mean, look at the tits, though.
yeah. Look at the whole suit though. They've enhanced that video. And
I think
it's
Mitch Hedberg had it right, where he's like,
well,
know.
he doesn't have anything right now.
this is true. Where he's saying something like, you know, they had this video of Bigfoot and it came out all blurry, and he's like, I think Bigfoot's actually blurry, and you know, in real life, like that's just how you see him.
See,
I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not the photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry. And that's extra scary to me because there's a large out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside.
it could be like
That was
that's
a Family
that's
Guy
another
skit, too.
that's another theory about it could be coming from the void. Like the ether opens and it comes through, and our minds aren't able to comprehend it fully. So that's why no camera's been able to catch it. That's why no human eye's been able to see it fully. That's why we only catch it out of the corners of our eyes. And
I do say that
it's
so
an ethereal creature.
when they're on the creek finally, and then that whatever moves in the bush or whatever, and they're trying to run from it, it's all shaky. Like that kind of brings to light why, if people are in these situations, you're not getting just like straight up camera not moving because
Right.
like you are fearing for your life. You know
What do you
what I
mean?
mean?
Right.
You can see who it is.
Well, everybody's like,
There's
why
three
is it?
kids
Why don't they just
fighting
stop?
about a map over there.
Shut up.
that fucking map in the creek.
I gave you the map. And then they just keep on going.
No.
So the bookstore owner, that's the guy who kind of reminds me of my old roommate Savell, like with his dead eyes. Like he...
They weren't dead. They were very laser focused, like kind of towards the ground. But they were really focused.
They're dead eyes. Like there's nothing behind them, even though like you can see primal instinct behind them. Like he's on a different something else, I guess. Yeah, so after a few of these far-fetched interviews, it cuts back to the couple in their car, where Jim is still trying to convince Kelly of the existence of other people's testimonies. There is a reason personal testimonies get thrown out in court. It's not reliable. They go over to the bar, and the guy who was singing...
The ukulele guy.
Yeah. Actually,
That guy was weird. And the Bigfoot song. Or the other guy.
What's it, Timothy Red?
Something like that.
Now that I'm looking at it, it's Timmy Red.
Give or take. I thought I had another note in here about that.
I'm literally looking at him, like, in his eyes.
Ew. Like, both of his eye holes?
Like, looking in his eye holes and his nose.
His brown
and his
eye?
stupid beard that says Timmy Red under it.
For somebody who's supposed to be,
singer.
like, an interviewer, his interview skills really were standoffish for me. I'm like, you don't interview like that. Like, he holds the microphone like this, and, like, he gets very, like, into their face. Like, if the microphone right here is somebody's face...
You know this. You know this is an audio medium, so no.
You look like you're holding a knife up to some guy. Like the microphone is a weapon.
Yeah.
You know, if you superimpose it with a knife, it looks like he's robbing. Or
right.
This movie's currently on Peacock, by the way, for people who
Peacock. Yeah, it's also on Hulu.
Tubi. I watched it on Tubi.
I watched it on Hulu.
Wow.
No, Amazon Prime.
3 different mediums.
Yeah, 3 different mediums you can watch this movie.
I watched it on Peacock.
Wow. Oh yeah. I also liked the guy who had the Bigfoot song, not the ukulele guy.
Sorry, that was the banjo guy.
It was an acoustic guitar, but had the harmonica as well. Who fucked up in the middle of it and goes, "Oh man!" And he's like, "No, just keep going." Oh, okay.
Yeah, they post up in front of the Bigfoot statue, and he's trying to make like funny, stuff. And he's like, this is going to be the day we go to find you. And he's talking about Bigfoot,
This Bigfoot
obviously.
statue, and this guy's like, "Hey, you don't fucking be joking, bitch."
Yeah, then the bomb banjo guy singer, he comes, ruins the shot. He's like, "It's not a joke." Subtly proclaiming that this will be the day that they die.
Also, my car is in that scene.
Your car?
Yeah.
Your exact car?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was there that day.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
If you look in the credits, there's handsome, mature man.
That's you.
It was like my car right there. People at home can't see, but I took a fucking picture of it.
Hour and 20 minutes this movie was. Too short.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh. There's a lot of subtle shots before we get to the end part there. But yeah, a lot of subtle shots of like the couple themselves. It seems like they have a rift like going into this. And I think you're given enough to kind of gauge the situation. They go into what she called it around the 32-minute mark too. And then she's like, "And I have no reception." It's kind of like the beginning of every single horror movie. This kind of also adds to it. So the frustration of her trying to entertain his fascination with Bigfoot, him not wanting to, I guess he does support her acting, but he doesn't think it's going to be much of anything. Oh yeah. Then that nice guy who kind of asked him to turn back around was throwing rocks at the car. Lonnie, were you able to masturbate to this?
Certain parts.
There was a bare ass.
There was a bare ass. There was titties towards the end.
That you get to see.
Which is the lady from the Wanted.
The missing
Duende.
Yeah.
Jenny
I do have a rating on those titties.
Yeah.
By the way, so they were fat, but so was the rest of her. Their just nipples were weird. I give them a 2.
Nipples were quite weird. Giant areolas.
I have a better. Where's that?
We're eagerly excited into what soundbite Justin's finding.
It's the titty one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so Bigfoot scat. He's talking about.
I gotta watch this movie with amazing company. This is the first time I've got to watch a movie with somebody for once.
Who was there?
So it's none of your goddamn business who I watch movies with.
You tell me right now.
No, fuck you.
This is part of the review.
No, it's not.
Oh, was it your family?
No.
Oh,
it's my next door neighbor, Tony.
You know Tony.
I know. Who doesn't know Tony?
So Bigfoot scat, or was it just bear shit? I think it was just bear shit, especially when you've already told that there's bears in the area, but you're kind of assuming that it's already.
I giggled out loud at the second part.
It's like a scat.
And he says, or maybe it's Pope shit.
Oh,
because does a Pope shit in the woods joke?
This is true.
So I enjoyed that little
You didn't see white
That was
smoke.
definitely a Bobcat throw in there.
42 minutes is when this thing starts to get a little good. You see the little sock in the
Does
tree.
it? That's why I think it gets worse.
Oh, I thought that's kind of when it kind of
That's when
intrigued
it-
me.
That's when it became a Ghost Hunters episode. Where it's like, oh, what was that?
You
Okay.
were watching a family movie up until.
Well, you were
42
probably
minutes.
still on like the 39-minute mark when you see the cock stump in the water.
The cock stump. Yeah.
You get to see his
Yeah.
junk.
Rate his dick. You rate boobs.
6. Because that's how many inches it would go up my butthole.
Really?
What?
Not that cold. It was cold water.
Huh? What happened?
Excuse me?
He was a solid 6.
Who's
with
fucking their shadow?
So he finds his sock in the tent. They set up camp. They were walking in the woods. They found a spot. They pitched their tent. He did not. Yeah, he goes to find a little creek. He takes her down to the creek, and when they come back to the campsite, their shit's all tattered and stuff. They have to reset things up, and yeah, that's when it started getting interesting to me. I'm like, oh, okay, so shit is going to go down. You know, and I immediately thought it was the dude who told him to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of your first thought since that just almost, happened.
But who would throw socks in a tree?
Well,
Yeah, that was so random.
if you wipe your ass with it, you might just like, and it probably could have, do you think they went
I've
in?
fucked up a lot of people's shit in my day. I've never wiped my ass with something.
What, like toilet paper or?
I've never stole someone's toilet paper when I'm
Stole?
breaking their shit.
I used to do breaking and enterings all the time, and my brother, it would mess with his stomach for some reason. He would always have to take his shit places.
That was Justin Milani, by the way, of Omaha, Nebraska.
It was my brother, not me. It was his DNA, not mine. Well, yeah.
His
So-
DNA was just in the semen form.
Well, he is kind of gay, so. Well, he was gay. I don't know
Why
if he
are
is.
you gay?
gay no more.
So come nighttime.
women. Women.
Come night. Have you seen that interview?
I love that fucking interview.
No, but you put it in the episode. I had never seen it, but now I don't
anymore.
I ain't gay no more.
I don't like men's anymore.
Women.
What about Bigfoot? Do you like
Anyways.
Bigfoots?
Sometimes. It's part
Depends
of the
on
plan.
Depends on if the wording's true.
So there's a pervy raccoon come nighttime, nighty night. They're spying on Kelly. She's trying to have a wee in the woods. Raccoon was like, "Go back to your town, city folk," or whatever. It kind of comes out.
Come over here, touch this dick, rabies.
You know you want it. So back in the tent,
Ready for the cook?
they go back in the
I'm a
tent.
little robber. I'll rob that puss.
I did like this part where he sets the camera up and he tries to do a proposal, even though the proposal was like a hard fail. So he tries to propose to her. She kind of denies him. And then they sort of like rekindle something. And she's like, well, turn the camera off. It's not going to be, or sorry, she first said it's not going to be one of those nights. And then they kind of like get more into it. And yeah. So I don't think it was one of those nights. Was it one of those nights?
I don't think. Well, I don't know, because when it comes back to him, he still has his clothes on.
This is true.
Who gets naked, bumps uglies, put their full entire outfit back on?
It might be cold.
Like,
but maybe she
boots
probably
and all.
still had feelings for the raccoon.
She could have. That raccoon could have got the juices flowing.
Probably.
Raccoons are notoriously bad at flicking the bean.
So they wake into the middle of the night. You see, there's the knocking of the wood, the whoop vocalizations, the. I was going to say like superhuman.
That
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
whoop whoop.
They were so weird, dude.
I love superhumans.
This one goes out to all my juggalos and juggolettes. Whoop, whoop.
Like I said, that one was like, oh, Oklahoma, where the wind blows.
So yeah, almost
There
a
was
20-minute
fire alarm, a tornado warning. I was like, what is happening outside this tent right now?
There's like some witch flying around on a
I
bike.
do. I
Yeah, I
do
don't know
the
what's-
perfect Bigfoot impression.
Let's hear it. That sounds more like.
Look it up. Do a Bigfoot. Look up Bigfoot impressions. That's right on the money.
I was thinking, hey, you guys.
I look up
I mean-
Bigfoot impressions, and all I see is pictures of its feet, like impressions in the ground.
Oh,
Bigfoot sounds.
I don't have it.
And that's the episode,
Sorry.
folks.
I don't know what I'm pressing over
Justin
here.
literally started button smashing like he was
did.
playing Contra or something.
Almost a 20-minute single shot of them looking around, being scared. The only thing you hear rocks being thrown out of the tent. You kind of hear something coming up to the tent and like just swiping it. And it's like, again, their chemistry wasn't the best. I think it sold it for what it was, because how would you react in a situation when something is right outside your tent?
Right.
I've heard stories of people like having bears right outside their tent and just like, freaking out.
And that was the thing, is like they were good enough actors where I think they were able to carry the scene. If they would have had better chemistry, I think that could have been an A+ scene. It was simple. It was broken down. It was just fueled on emotion, fueled on anxiety. And I think it was good enough for, to be the pivotal scene of the movie. But their just chemistry was not great. So it didn't, you couldn't feel that desperation of them together.
Right. By themselves, I think
probably
it
had to
could have
do
been
it.
okay.
Right.
Him
Together, no.
being rejected.
That too.
Yeah, he definitely had that, we'll eat this bitch.
But the character of Jim himself, I like how he's like, let's go catch this Bigfoot. It's been something I've been jacking off since I was 8 years old, or jacking off too, since I was 8 years old. He ignores all the warnings everybody tells him. His loving girlfriend has frowned against this whole thing the whole time. There are movements outside the tent, and he's like, fuck that, I ain't going out there. It's like, you're the one who wanted to do all this stuff. It's like, there's dangers that kind of come with certain things. If you know that something can kill you, why didn't you bring a knife? Why didn't you, they prioritized a flashlight over everything? It's you didn't come prepared for anything.
No. Well, I mean, granted, how are you gonna fight a Bigfoot with a knife?
You can easily fight a Bigfoot with a knife. You're not gonna win either way, but yeah.
Yeti or not, here I come.
Shit. Oh, God.
Why are you gay?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we got Justin again.
Fuck.
Was that as good as the Matchbox 20 joke?
Oh, shit. That's stupid. Yeti or not.
But yeah, that scene was good. I enjoyed it because Bobcat and people were just outside making noises, and Bobcat had a headset so he could hear what they were saying and how they can react to it and whatever and whatnot. So I mean, it sounded like it was fun to film at least.
Yeah.
But like you said, the chemistry's not there, and I thought her acting specifically, her screams were kind of forced. So I don't know. Well, it was a long scene.
I mean,
18 minutes of, like I said, I had to put my Xbox headset on so I could immerse myself into what they were hearing.
Right.
But I just kept laughing at some of the sounds that were being made.
Excuse me! Excuse me! You'll be interested in a new citizens program.
I think my biggest deal with movies, well, especially like this, light sources, pretty much like flashlights. I can't stand when people do this in movies where they take a flashlight to someplace they know they're not supposed to be, or someplace that you're trying to not get caught. It's like you're shining a light someplace. If you have a light, especially when it's pitch black, you're pretty much shooting your own self in the foot. Right. It's like you can't discern depth. Once you have light out there, it pretty much nulls your retinas. You have to get lower to the ground to kind of see further, whatever, use the moonlight or something. But I mean, even still, you can't sneak. If I was a prey, I would be like, thank you. Right. I know where you are now.
Sniping 101 from Justin Alani.
You're welcome.
That's one of the things that I have trouble with found footage movies is, why do you have the camera and why is the camera rolling? No average person's just going to be like, yeah, I've got a camera and it's filming.
I don't think so.
Why?
I think these days that's kind of ingrained in people.
Well,
now.
I mean, with the phones, yes, but this was 2013 and it was a fucking video camera.
That's why that was Paranormal Activity. It's their house camera.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he, he has his own. Look at my new camera.
Yeah, cameras that make sense in found footage movies, it makes them better. When it's just hey, this is a camera. Woo! Why do you have it though? Why in this pivotal moment when everything is going to shit?
Yeah, when safety is on the
you're
line.
Filming. Yeah. You need both hands and you're running. Why are you looking through a camera lens rather than just running?
His reasoning was not there to begin with. It's because he didn't come there prepared. He didn't bring anything to help, right. Did they even build a fire? I think there was a fire at the end, but I don't think that was their fire.
No.
Oh, but even still.
Right.
So at the end, he admits he's fucked up. And then you hear the roll call. There's probably 3 big feetsies out there.
Yep. Big tootsies.
Big feetsies. It's not big foots. It's big feetsies. Feet is plural, right?
Big feeders.
Sure. So from the sound of it sounds like they snatched him by the neck, maybe choke slammed him. There was a lot of gurgling and not much vocalizing. I want to I want to ask you guys.
Cock deep.
I mean, like, there's definitely some sort of like restriction there. What kind of choke slam do you think? Can you discern what kind of choke slam that was from just the sound audibly?
I don't think it was a choke slam, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it was a choke slam.
I'm pretty sure it was the mandible claw.
No. From the sound of it, it's like, it's limited vision. You can't see anything. I'm going with the choke slam. It was a choke
I've
slam.
choked enough people in my day that.
But choke slam, that's another thing.
I think it was like John Cena on Kane.
So was it like
it was like
basic
not very
choke slam?
good, but it was still a choke
A back
slam.
suplex choke slam, a choke slam from hell, maybe even a
What the
leg
fuck is
trap
a
choke slam.
a back suplex choke slam?
Back suplex, you know, just throw them down.
What?
I sort of eliminated back suplex choke slam and vertical
appreciate-
I don't know what you and your wife are doing in the bedroom again this
Maybe it
week.
was like a one-handed, two-handed choke slam.
I appreciate you.
Baldo bomb?
Like the Punjabi plunge.
There was more there. It could have been a double choke slam.
That's true. Could have been a double choke slam.
There was at least 3 people there.
Yeah.
Like a bubble bomb. Yeah.
It could have been. It could have been like the Hurricanes choke slam.
Yeah.
Could have been a rock bottom.
The rollover, like the spike. Oh, that's more of like a DDT. Never mind.
Yeah, we already discussed that. You doing that to your wife?
I didn't DDT her.
You Spike Dudley'd her.
Well, yeah, I did that. No, she did. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, I just don't like movies about people who have no business being anywhere. It's like you're not supposed to be here, and then you don't follow the rules of the movies, so that's why you're dead.
Right.
Speaking of the last movie where they actually follow the rules and they live. Yeah. That's why it got a 9.5. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one.
There it is.
It's the same color. I'm looking at the
That's why you got to be colorblind. It's all the same color.
But here,
I like that Bigfoot mural when they first get into town.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And that one where they say he looks depressed. I think he just looks like he's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Sitting, dropping it off the back of that log. Dropping some logs off the back of that log.
It's like they just made him
He's
work.
Like, Yeti or not, here we come.
Was that in the movie or was that just okay?
I'm just being a dude.
Like I don't remember hearing anything. Yeah, there's limited amount of things that are discovered there. So we only get to see fur. They found fur that was discovered on.
Did they? Looked like pubes.
It was probably pubes, but it was
Actually,
some sort
it looks like what comes out of the dryer when my neighbors do their fucking laundry.
Ew.
But, it's weird, though. Something for a creature that's been living in the woods the majority of its life. Why all of a sudden it ran into something and tore off a giant chunk of itself?
Yeah. Plus, it's all weathered. It should have thick skin by then. You know, and it's like blood and DNA. Like, he stops and put it in the bag, and it's like, I wonder what happened with that bag. Like, the only thing that you get is the fur, you get the footprints, and you get the audible yells. Mm-hmm. But everything else is like, if you actually see something, would it ruin this movie for you?
But that's one of the things I liked about this movie.
Same.
It's the simpleness. Your imagination is always going to be better than anything that the movie could portray.
This is something that you do too when you kind of like pick movies. It's like you don't pick movies, you pick projects. And this is more of a project rather than a movie. But I like that.
Okay.
That's a compliment.
I know.
Why are you looking at me with such vengeance?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm dumb.
Your eyes. Are you giving me bedroom eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bedroom eyes.
So there's supposed reports of people being kidnapped by Bigfoot, which kind of checks out here. So what's her name? Gina, or
Gina.
Whatever her name was, because there was 2 names there. She's been gone for a while and it's still alive, just standing around at the middle of the night. So when they get, and her tits are all hanging out. She's
And
like,
her
tassels and shit.
it took me multiple watches, but I realized her face is all fucked up.
Is it? I
Like
didn't see that part.
once you look at her tits so many times, you're like, I better look
There's
at
a
something
face
else.
there.
I tried to pause it, but it was too blurry, so I didn't.
Yeah, her face is all fucked
So
up.
maybe she's Bigfoot because it's
You
blurry.
think so? I don't think her feet are that big. This is
No,
my
her
biggest
tits
contention
are.
with this, is because
How is she still that big if she's been kidnapped for?
she's eating
Well, I
other
guess it's
people
only
with
been a
them.
year. I guess.
Maybe-
Well, maybe.
She's
There's
just
lots
their
of
roadie.
berries and trees and fucking fish and rodents out there to eat.
I mean, the weird guy did say, if you know the right berries, you can eat them. So these people are surviving. There were little hints that there was these people. By the way, yeah, it's not Bigfoot, it's people.
Right.
At the end, I don't know if we said that, but
I didn't think so.
directly.
That's what it's supposed to be. Well, we only see her. We don't see other, we just hear the calls.
I don't know. I
It's
feel like
this is my biggest contention with this, is because it's a racist movie.
what?
It's a racist movie. It's talking about Bigfoot. So shoes that are big. I mean, who likes shoes? Like black people like shoes, right? What are with those shoes, right?
I'm fucking pulling up a chair for this one.
This is where this movie has been going this whole time. And I'm like, this is fucked up.
Listen up, Core. This is for
Because-
you.
All right, first off, Jim Kelly, a fucking
First of all, I
black
like that his
actor.
name is Jim because I think he looks like a dollar store John Krasinski.
Hey, okay, I can see that. But Jim Kelly, a master actor, from Enter
Kelly's
the
also a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
I was gonna say, like, why does that sound fucking familiar?
He was a black
Lost
guy,
4 Super Bowls in a row.
the black guy in Enter the Dragon, who is also a tall dude, not like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah,
Wow.
I can't even do that. Kareem Jabbar, but like he's still tall. So they're saying that they're trying to say. Because we didn't see any black people during this whole thing. There's no black people we could see. But they're all implied.
Because they're in Virginia.
They're all implied, though.
Black
they're
people
trying
are
to say
implied.
that these...
Are you saying black people don't exist? They're just implied?
No, I'm saying that they do exist, and this movie is taking shots
I'm pretty
at
sure
them.
I gave $20 to one at the gas station.
So they're trying to say that the black people are the monsters with their typical deeper voice boxes and obsession with big titty women, big titty white women.
Okay, I can't deny that fact that black men do enjoy big-titted white women.
Right.
But so do Mexican people.
So they're even more racist with this, because did you see any Mexican people?
Well, they didn't go into the kitchen at the
They
restaurant.
weren't dancing around the tent. La cucaracha. Never mind. I'm not going to go that far. I think I already went that far. I'm sorry.
John's checked out at this point.
Yeah.
When they come back to the campsite and their shit is all flown about, that's kind of like, their tent is all delayed and stuff. That's kind of where my boner of this movie was delayed. So I think I'm left with more frustration at the end of the movie because things aren't really explained. But when I analyze that further, like, I don't know if I want things to be explained. I think it's kind of best to have like things cut off, because I think if you have an answer by the end of found footage film, like,
it's not a found footage movie. It's just a movie. Then.
And it satisfies something for you. But if you're satisfied after a movie, it's not going to stay in your mind that much. So I think that leaving it like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I just watch? Like, if you're more pissed off about something, I think it rates it a little bit higher.
Well, name me, give me like 2 found footage movies that are iconic, that have definitive endings.
I would say the second
King Kong.
Yeah. You got shit on me.
Ooh, I should do that movie.
But like Cloverfield,
yeah,
Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity, none of those end in a traditional fashion.
I think Paranormal Activity does.
The second one kind of gives you more of an idea of like, I mean, you get a little bit of an explanation.
Well, there's two endings to the
one.
There's two endings to the first one. Which ending do you see?
The theatrical release.
The one where she gets dragged down the hallway?
That's not the ending.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
And then, so she gets dragged down the hallway, and then
there's like 20 minutes of movie after
and
that.
then a body flies and hits the camera and knocks it over, and that's the end of the movie.
Right. Is there another one? Wait, what's the other one?
There's another one. I don't remember
Where she
it because
comes
I've
up
seen
and-
the other one.
she
too
comes
much.
up
she
and
comes
looks
back
at
and
the
looks at
camera.
comes up and look.
Yeah.
That's the theatrical ending.
Yeah, that's not. No, that's not the ending I have. Like I said, there's two endings.
Yeah. You have the
You're
fucked
saying
up
that,
one.
but you don't know what it is? It wasn't good enough to stick in your mind?
I just told you the one that I have. I forgot about the her walking up and going. Ah.
Oh, okay. But this racist movie,
That's Paranormal Activity.
this racist movie is not that.
This
still a-
racist movie is
Let's
not
get
that?
racist movie. Look, they communicate by knocking wood.
I
Wood
don't see-
knockers, that's got to be an offensive term.
There is no
As
black
would
people in this movie. If
They're
that's what you're
implying
talking
it.
about. Oh my god.
That's fucked up thing about this.
Well, I mean, you do have a point, because when they were talking about the slaves, the people working
And they're trying
on
to
the
say that-
building, it was the fucking Yeti.
Trying to see nappy hair on the logs. Anyways. Now, I don't know that I would change much about it because it is a project. I don't know. I guess the acting for sure I would definitely change. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's not something I would watch again. It's just like it doesn't satisfy.
It is what it is. It was what it was.
Yeah. And I think that's fine though. I think that's still art. That's fine.
Yeah. Subjective. John, what about you?
What?
you
Sorry, I got a
change?
text that was very inappropriate, and I had to figure out where this came from. I have a friend who's telling another friend that I have. Never mind. We're not going into that, but that's not the.
You have AIDS?
Yes.
Everyone has AIDS.
You know, I have people to help me out. So
Like
since,
AIDS?
Yeah.
Visual AIDS?
No, like student aids and.
Get on with it.
Would you change anything about this film?
Yeah. I would not. I wouldn't like.
I wouldn't have watched
I
it.
don't no, see. I don't know. There's a lot I feel they could have done. That whole 18-minute scene is just too hokey for me. The sound effects are too hokey. I don't know what's like I said. I feel like somebody's just hitting testing their soundboard out for 18 minutes.
People just don't understand me.
I don't know. There's a lot of potential there for this story, especially Bigfoot. Like, you can go anywhere with this because it's like, is he real? Is he not real? But I don't know. It was underwhelming for sure. So I would have wrote a different ending, but I don't have one specifically.
Yeah.
I just would have tried something different.
Hey, I'm really on Justin's corner. Why change anything? Like, it is what it is. It's a found footage movie. When you start getting nitpicky in found footage movies, you turn them into movies.
Actually, my favorite, what do we call this?
Favorite, least favorite?
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
It has I actually like his version, so I'm only going to read the first sentence because that's what made me laugh. He gave it a 1 star. He said it was cheap, unimaginative, and dull. I would have preferred a film about a couple being stalked in the woods by Bobcat Goldthwait himself.
I like that.
So, yeah. That would actually be pretty funny. Come back here. I just want to hurt.
They need to redo.
And he has the puppet from that fucking show on his hand the whole time.
They need to redo like the tent scene with like just Bobcat's voices. And they're all scared and shit.
I see you in there. I mean, if I get bored later, I'll try to figure that out.
Mine's 1 out of 10. A big bore. Bobcat Goldthwait was one-note comedian actor who has gained claim as a director. Willow Creek is in the genre of found footage horror film, where it's filmed in a home movie style. A couple go off into the forest looking for an urban legend, the Bigfoot. This man is keen to investigate it, going on a tourist trail, interviewing skeptical locals, having Bigfoot burgers and Bigfoot shakes. His girlfriend tags along, and it is more dubious. On the plus side, on the plus side, the couple comes across as believable and likable. The interviews with the locals are nice enough, but you find the film already starts to drag and meanders aimlessly. And that is before we get to the tent scene, where nothing much happens apart from a few noises. Of course, it is a horror film, and there are a few belated chills. Until then, it's a cure for insomnia. This is plain bad.
Insomnia.
This is plain bad and boring.
Yeah, kind of.
I still like the Bobcat.
No, Bobcat much better.
He would be
yeah.
I'm
for it.
There's bobcats in these woods.
Harry Plinkett, 14. That's who said that.
Harry Plinkett, 14. You are much better than the other guy.
He doesn't give anything fucking good reviews. He has 1s on everything that I'm seeing. He has 480 ratings.
God, Jesus.
He did rate. You'll like this. What movie is this? Hold on. I don't know which one it is. The Godfather Part 3. He gave an 8.
All right.
There was a third Godfather?
Yeah, it's not good.
The first and second are the best. The third one's okay.
Isn't it about like his son or something?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all relatively about the first one follows more so Vito and a little bit of the son, primarily in the 2.
I'm going to see what his top rated ones are. Did you have one that you...
I did not.
Oh, well, fuck you then. He gave a perfect 10 to Suburban Sasquatch. So
does he just do cryptid stuff in
I don't know.
mob movies?
Well, here's the thing. That movie got a 2.9 on average. He gave it a 10. His next movie he gave a 10 was Double Down with Neil Breen and Laura Hall.
Really?
Which is getting a 4.1. He gave that a 10.
Neil Breen movies are horrible.
Chatterbox he gave a 10 to. That's getting an average of a 5.
That's one we should eventually get into. Neil Breen's movies.
Neil Breen.
Yeah. It's like all of his stuff, you have to go to his website to buy it. You can't get it online, I don't think.
He's rating a bunch of X-Files episodes.
That a boy.
A 10, a 10, a 10. Red Ice TV, he gave a 10. I don't know what that is.
Are these all
Hitler's The Greatest Story Never Told got a 10. Samurai Cop got a 10.
Oh, that was a good movie. I like that one. I mean, it was horrible, but it was a good movie.
Yeah. Speaking of horrible movies, Justin, you got the next pick. What
Johnny English Strikes Again.
Well, it's not horrible. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys decide. Give me a vote between I don't know how that's going to work. 1 or 2. If you guys, 1, 2, or 3. On
4.
3, go ahead and say 1, 2, or 3. And 3.
3.
What?
1, 2, or 3. I got 3 picks, and I don't know which one I want to pick. First one.
He gave Ghostbusters a 10.
The first one is more
Attaboy.
of like an animated thing. The second one is a Korean thing, and the other one is
Not that one.
It's a good one.
1 or 3. Beverly Hills Cop, he gave a 10.
Let's go with 3.
3?
3.
3? All right. So
Because there's 3 of us here.
I totally
Octopussy,
forgot
he
that.
gave it a 10. Predator, he gave a 10.
So he does have some class.
So my
But
pick
10s? Like-
for next movie review is going to be
He switched it to Korean one.
1996. No, god damn it. 1996. Romeo plus Juliet.
Nice. Because I've been needing to watch this. And it's literally on my list of things to watch because I was rewatching
haven't-
Leo movies.
We haven't
and
done a
so-
DiCaprio
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, so
Well, I've got big news for you fellas. I'm not going to watch this movie.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You have to.
Because I am retiring.
You can't retire.
I am retiring.
You can't. This is
gave
only your
Spinal
third
Tap
year
a
in.
This is-
you have 20 years before your jubilee.
Then I quit. This is my
You
last.
can't quit.
This is my last podcast.
That's not how Jewish slavery works.
It is. We enslave you. No, but
This is
seriously,
true.
this is my last podcast. I quit.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm retiring. Tonight's my last one.
yes.
he gave The Godfather Part 2 a 9.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Thanks for caring, John.
He gave Jackie Brown a 9.
That's deserving.
Brian suggested that movie.
The one with Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't leave, Lonnie.
No, don't.
I'm
Please
shocked. He told me about this, so he knew I was gonna cry on, and he didn't. He saved me the embarrassment of actually crying live on the podcast, so he told me early.
And confident.
Yeah, which is why all these tissues are here. Usually, there's a different reason why all these tissues
Those are
here.
sad tissues now.
But
not
Sad
happy
and
tissues.
happy dishes.
he did get me a shirt that says, I don't want to misquote it. This was the only shirt I had with no cum on it,
Good.
and now it is full of cum.
Yeah,
Good.
not sad tears.
But don't leave.
So, go ahead.
With what?
You're gone now? What's up?
Yeah, I'm done. Done. Retired. This is it.
Scarface, he gave an 8.
What does that mean, though?
I'm retired.
But once you
Goodbye.
figure out, they pull me back
No,
in.
fuck you. I'm done. I'm out.
All right, well, before you leave, what do you think of the TV show Alf?
Oh, I fucking hated that show.
Oh, he gave it an 8.
It was rough. Before each taping, they had to literally
I don't know
cut
why.
the shit
I'm
out
on
of my fur.
96 of his fucking reviews right now. I'm getting off of this before I go down a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Next movie review podcast, we're going to be doing Romeo plus Juliet, or Romeo and Juliet, or
Nice.
Romeo cross Juliet, however you want to say that. Directed by Baz Luhrmann. It's William Shakespeare writing. Also Craig Pearson, Baz Luhrmann. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes, John Leguizamo. Second time we've done him. First time for DiCaprio. First time for
Is it the second
Danes.
time?
The Menu.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't know you guys didn't do him before. Isn't Paul Rudd in that movie too?
Yeah, he's the boyfriend of Claire Danes,
Yeah, that's
of
right.
Juliet, before she ditches him before that schlumpy ditches him. She sounds like a...
This might be too... I might have to change my movie then, because I was going to do a Leo movie
Yeah, you have to.
for mine. No, we could do 2 in a row.
I got out right at the right time. You guys bringing out all these Leo movies. Thank Jesus.
It's good movies, right?
Leo's the best actor in Hollywood.
No, he's not. He's
Yes,
no
he is.
Brad Pitt.
Match in the
Brad
gas
Pitt's in
tank.
my top 5.
Boom, boom.
Don't fucking hate.
Well, Justin, hit the outro. So for the last time ever, I must bid you all adieu.
Aw.
Thank you.
This is bullshit.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Are you going on with
Goodbye.
he's
That's the
saying,
Lonnie we know.
or are you going on with the reviews more? Like with,
No, with what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I closed that guy.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I gave Lonnie my full attention. And he just shit all over it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
shit on Leo,
I feel
but he
like this
likes
is
Brad
supposed to
Pitt.
mean something else. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to start spending my Thursday nights playing Final Fantasy VII when it comes out and masturbating.
That's stupid.
I
Because
masturbated twice today before I got here.
it's not the Final Fantasy if it's up to 7.
I have
Or is
Brad
it
Pitt
more
in
than
it.
I
that?
just
But-
finished 16. So that's
16?
Jesus. All right, goodbye.
All right. I guess.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This concludes our broadcast day. Click.